my pleasure to introduce to you our esteemed mentor, Dr. Ram Kumar, a visionary leader in cybersecurity and risk management with over 20 years of experience in the global cybersecurity, data privacy, and corporate security across reputed multinational corporations. Dr. Ram has established himself as a pivotal force in setting up and leading agile business aligned security programs, currently serving as a cybersecurity and risk leader at a major automotive company. Dr. Ram brings a wealth of expertise in security strategy, compliance, governance, and incident management. His leadership focuses on not just strengthening security posture, but also fostering a culture of security within organizations, driving transformations by aligning security with broader business goals. Dr. Ram accolades include multiple industry recognitions as LinkedIn top voice. You might have seen him, he's such an influencer, so popular in LinkedIn, a top 50 global thought leader in cybersecurity and risk management. His publications, which include Career Excellence and Cyber Crimes, a primer on the internet threats, reflects his commitment to advancing the field and mentoring the next generation of security professionals. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ram as he shares his insights on building a cybersecurity career in the post-AI world, skills, trends, and opportunities. Can we hear it for Dr. Ram?
So, very good afternoon to you all. Why there's no energy? You had lunch. Heavy lunch. Heavy lunch. It makes you sleepy. So it makes me all the more nervous because it's a big task for me to keep you all awake. Right? So very much thankful to Dr. Shinu and Sandeep sir for having me here. And I'm very much privileged to be associated with Ray since it's very first batch way back in September 2018, and it's been a long journey. I think you're, I don't know, in cybersecurity must be the 13th or 13th batch. Really nice. So this slide, this session is primarily to give you a lowdown on how you build your career. And before I start, I want to congratulate each one of you for taking the very important decision in your career that you are joining institution like Brace, which has got a very big track record in shaping the careers of mid career professionals. So give yourself a round of applause for this amazing decision because you're in the right place. You're in the right place, and you have seen the track record of our participants, how their career has taken a very critical turn for the better. And they all want to become leaders in their chosen fields, be it in AI or BA, analytics or cybersecurity. Definitely you are in the right place. That I can tell you, I can push for it, right? And with Dr. Shinu's and Sandeep sir's leadership, you are in safe hands. A lot of it depends on how you make the best out of your time here. And for the folks online, please ensure you are here as much as possible. The vibes that you get here, whenever I come, I feel at least 10 years younger. Okay, so the vibes are very positive. Coming back to school, coming back to a classroom is very important. Want to give a boost to your career, and it's very important the environment is conducive. So it's very easy and convenient to sit at home, connect to laptop and listen, but you won't get the impact. So my humble plea is, please make the effort to come to the campus and have an immersive learning session. The entire race team is working for you, right? Right from Dr. Shinu and the entire administrative staff, support staff, and all the mentors come make so much effort. So please do not take it easy. 2 years you are dedicating for upskilling. So make the best use of the time. So very quickly, currently with Volvo, since I do not have the authorization to speak in public places, my company name, I just put a generic title as Global Automotive Company. So that's my corporate affiliation. And whatever I speak is in my personal capacity. We'll take a look at all these aspects. So it's very important. This particular slide signifies the criticality of upskilling, right? So you're anyway there. In 10 years, how things have changed, both the pilot and the cameraman lost their jobs because of change in technology. So whatever technology you choose is the right thing. You are giving yourself a nitro boost to your career, right? And cybersecurity, I'm from the cybersecurity domain, so I'm gonna little bit be biased, but I hope others can also relate to the topic, right? So we are there everywhere. Cybersecurity is there everywhere, whether it is AI, blockchain, right? Robotics, you need security. So that's what this particular slide talks about. Irrespective of the technology, you need security. Without security, it's very, very risky, right? So these are some of the industry terms that analyst firms like Gartner coins, IBAC, right? So it is IoT, blockchain, AI, and cybersecurity. So another format to say how security is critical for whatever technology it is. Yeah. So when it comes to AI, in the last 2 years, it's become a huge phenomenon. November 22, when it burst into the scene, it was very novel, ChatGPT, and everyone, it became mainstream because AI is not something that just happened 2 years back. A lot of research has been going on at least for 75 years, right? And it was more of in the academic realm, but it came to the industry in the form of ChatGPT. It gained a lot of traction, right? AI has its own set of risks, privacy risks and security risks. So I'm not getting into the details, too much details, but just to sensitize you, AI, despite all its merits for making things easier, right? And bringing in that innovation to our business processes, still suffers from a lot of risks from privacy and security side, right? And we do have best practices codified in the form of OS top 10 for the large language models, and also we do have a NIST risk management framework for AI. I'm not sure whether you are aware of this, but folks who are in AI and cybersecurity should definitely take a deep dive into these documents. You can Google for them and get it, right? And choosing the right certification is very important. AI, even your master's equips that. But just to give you a quick lowdown, there are multiple roles on AI, so which you can always pursue, right? So when you're ready, your opportunities appear. Unless you are ready, you won't get the opportunities. So prepare well for the future so that you can take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. Yeah. So we do have a very premier certification from AAPP called AI Governance Professional. We do have Mr. Kumar here. So he's a AHGP certified professional, one of the early pioneers in India, and in fact in the global scene as well. Very few professionals are certified. Maybe post my talk, he will be talking. Maybe he can give some inputs on that, right? So you do have a bunch of certification from different vendors, and NVIDIA is big name in AI, right? So a couple of months back, I had privilege to attend a session by NVIDIA's chief architect on AI, and they were talking about the GPUs, how they program it, the capabilities. It was really mind-blowing, right? So even latest news, NVIDIA is having a tie-up, right, the tie-up with Zoho and a bunch of companies. So all these things makes it very, very exciting. NVIDIA CEO is here, global CEO. You guys are following the news? Yeah, yeah, he was there yesterday. So there's a huge skill gap when it comes to cybersecurity. A lot of statistics from different surveys, everything points to one thing. There is a huge talent gap. Do not have adequate professionals. The same is true for AI as well. A lot of people masquerade as cybersecurity professional without getting the technical aspects. They just do some online courses and then fancy themselves as cybersecurity professionals without hands-on experience and projects backed by solid knowledge and skills. you cannot call yourself a security professional. You need to work hands-on on projects, right? That's very important. And your MS degree gives a huge boost. In fact, I'm currently in my company, the head of SOC was a product of race. Okay, head of Security Operations Center. After he completed his MS, he really loved cybersecurity as a domain. He went and met the global head of security, and he traveled to headquarters in Sweden, gave him that confidence that I can run SOC for Asia Pac, right, Asia Pacific, and he landed at this job. So it's an internal movement. Instead of looking out elsewhere, you can always leverage your connections, the context within your own organization. So it worked out very well for him, right, as a head of SOC. And thanks to him, I mean, I was privileged to be his mentor when he was doing his MS, and he was two batches after Shiva's batch. So, point is, I'm very thankful in a way to Race because the opportunity to mentor him later came back, and it came back to help me a lot when I was looking for a role at Bangalore. I was earlier working in Trivandrum, and I got an opportunity because of that gentleman. The point is, the learnings that you get, it is not just about upskilling. This batch will have your back. It's like the alumni will have your back. It's a very powerful network. So please forge very strong relationships with your batchmates, and that is going to help you in the medium term or long term, right? Like we are very proud about IM alumni or ISB alumni, BD institution alumni. Like that race alumni is very, very valuable and powerful. Yeah. So again, some statistics. I don't want to get too much into this, but whatever it is, all of them talk about the shortage that is prevalent. So that means you're right place to upskill yourself. So there are many reasons why you want to upskill into get into cybersecurity. But instead of going through one by one, the key point here is you want money, you want fame, you want to work on very solid projects, you want to make a real difference in your work by protecting infrastructure, by protecting data, by protecting even lives, then this is the domain to be. How lives? You have seen the healthcare sector, they develop a lot of applications and hardware for protecting health, right? For example, your CT scanners, MRI machines, right? Digital X-rays. These are all very critical equipments, medical devices. If they are not secure, then imagine it could play havoc with the patient's lives. If the software that is being programmed is not secure, and some hacker is able to exploit the vulnerability, and that gives a wrong result, wrong report, that can lead to wrong diagnosis and treatment, right? So that way, if your software is not secure, it can actually lead to playing with the human life. I think a couple of years back, there was a Boeing aircraft that crashed, and when they investigated, there was a glitch in the software. Imagine a software glitch causing air crash, and it killed so many people, right? Same thing with the automotive sector, same connected cars. So connected cars are a lot of, all your, it's full of your IoT sensors, right? Your semiconductor chips, they control the car function and optimize the functionality of the car. And today's cars are not the simple electrical mechanical devices, right? They are much more. They are literally data center on wheels, the amount of data they collect and process. And that's more all the more scary, right? And these cars are very vulnerable to hacking attacks. A lot of proof of concepts have been already done. You can Google for any brand name, BMW car hack, Audi car hack, or Jeep car hack. You can find a lot of news about them, links about them. The point is, even cars are actually vulnerable. So imagine you're driving a car and the car is not obeying your commands. It's oversteering you. It's locking you out. It's not functioning as you intend. So it's going to be a risk for the car passengers as well as the people on the road, right? So you've seen in news how the latest Mahindra's XUV700 oversteered and the driver is claiming, I didn't do anything, it fell into a ditch. I couldn't control the car. So that was a malfunctioning. But still, if it is targeted and hacked by hackers, it's going to be very risky, right? Very scary, right? I hope I'm not as scary as Philip in the morning. Whenever I sit for Philip's session, I only have my heart in my mouth because the kind of stuff that he says, of course, it's all true. 15 years back, I would have thought dismissed it as some sci-fi stuff, right? So science fiction stuff. Today, it's all happening, right? So it's very scary to live in today's world, but it's all the more, proud pride moment if you're able to make a difference to make the world a safer place, right? So even cyber warfare has come in a big way. It was there all through, but the Ukraine war, Russian invasion of Ukraine in Feb 22 actually brought in a lot of focus, and the impetus again happened during the ongoing Israeli-Gaza Hamas war, right? So all these wars, geopolitical risks, first attack happens in the cyber world. So they do a lot of carpet bombing of different critical infra is actually attacked by the hacker groups. They're called the Advanced Persistent Threat Gangs, APT gangs. Okay, they are all aligned with the nation states, and nation state attackers are sponsored attackers are very powerful because they have access to endless resources and endless tools, and whatever they need, the government supports them. Though no government openly will admit, every country has its own hacker armies, right? So the Western world likes to portray four countries as evil, acts of evil. Okay, any guesses? Which are the four? Okay. Yeah, Iran, Russia, North Korea, and China. Okay, Cuba is a small country. Yeah, so that way these four countries, as if the others, Westerns are holy saints, but everyone is having their own armies. Okay, so even if you closely watch the ongoing war, routinely there is a cyber attacks on the critical infrastructure of the countries involved. Not only the countries involved, but their allies. When Indian websites are also hacked by Ukrainian hacker groups, stating that you are siding with Russia, right? The way they treated our medicos, right, or medical students also was a matter of concern. Same thing happens online in a very bigger way. Yeah. So a lot of shifts are happening. It's not just enough if you have a qualification, you should have skills. So please focus on the certifications that are inbuilt in your MS program. It's not just a degree alone is enough. You need to build the skills during your course duration. So please pay attention. And of course, I'm skipping some of the slides. And this again, please participate in hackathons or CTFs that would hone your skills, right? And it's very important you have that continuous learning hat on your head. It's not just you open for some time and close it. Every day you should have a habit of reading stuff. I'm not sure whether you guys are already in the WhatsApp group of REVA. If you are there, a lot of content gets shared, right, on a daily basis. I know everyone cannot focus and read everything, but at least whichever topic is of interest, please download those content or bookmark that content and read it later. So it's like a ticking time bomb. Anytime you want to know or learn something deep dive, quickly remember, go and search your folders and read. Okay, you don't have to read cover to cover every day. Yeah. So have some home labs also, that also will help you, right? And if possible, get some bug bounties. Heard of bug bounties? So please try getting some bounties, at least halving. If not, money should not be a concern. I mean, it should not be the intent, but still the challenge of solving an issue or finding a bug and reporting, okay, and getting recognized for that should be a good motivator. It gives you a lot of pride and sense of achievement, right? And get a mentor if possible, right? Identify people who can really be a good mentor for you and who can be a sounding board for your ideas, and then you can bounce off your ideas and get some guidance and direction. That's very important. It's not just during this course of this MS program, but even for your career, you would need a mentor, right? While you may get ideas and inputs from your mentor, remember, the decision making is finally yours. You should have the power, and you should not leave that decision making to the mentor. You have to decide finally what is best for you. Yeah. Okay, so you're all mid-career professionals, so you can specialize in any of these areas, right? If you are from the infra side, it need not necessarily be that way, but I'm just giving it will be easy for you to upskill and get into infra security related domain. Again, you can get into cloud or you can get into VAPT, ethical hacking, right? All of these domains. And the basic building blocks are these, right? You need to have the passion and interest, then you need to have a industry experience. That's very important. A lot of people, especially freshers, they struggle to get a placement, get a job, unless they have college support. So it's very difficult when they come out with a degree. They do not have industry experience and you cannot get a foothold in the industry. But you guys are very lucky, you're already in the industry. The moment you upskill, you develop your contacts and leverage the network to move into security, roles. Like my friend, who's my colleague now, like the guy who just become the head of SOC. You can always make wonders, right? And most importantly, you need to, have your degree in place. A lot of people, from what I see and hear in the last few years, they complete the course, but they do not complete the capstone project. It's a sad state of affairs. I don't know what is the hesitation or difficulty in completing the capstone projects. You have a very good set of guides here who can help you. So please put in that effort to complete your capstone. Just for the want of capstone, they don't have the degree after spending so much money, time, and effort. That's a very sad state of affairs, right? Should definitely, whatever you start, you should complete. So do not delay. In fact, in one of the recent conferences, I met one professional. He was in the booth with the OEM. And then he said, Dr. Ram, I was your student. I was shocked. Where? I don't remember seeing him. No, I'm the REVA. So I asked him what's his name. He said his name. Then I asked, did you complete your MS? He said, no, I am yet to complete my capstone is pending. So otherwise he is all done, right? So it was very but then I asked him, how come I never saw you? I was COVID batch. 2022 COVID batch. So we were all online those days. So that explains, right? And a lot of opportunities are there, multiple domains. So within security, so it's a very crowded slide, but what's important is each color-coded cluster is a separate security domain, which anyone can specialize, and that gives a separate career path, right? Somebody can be in SOC, somebody can be in application security, risk management, okay, in security architecture. Within security architecture itself, you have many domains, right? You specialize in identity access management, data loss prevention. Okay, you can specialize in cloud security, IoT security, right? If people coming from the manufacturing side, you can get into operational technology security, OT security. Then my domain is GRC. Okay, so you have multiple areas, so you can always pick and choose what works best for you depending on your interest. Okay, and again, this is a very detailed slide. I'm not getting into this. This slide will be available for you to take a deeper look later. Now, point is you have the hierarchy is very simple, just like any other. I don't have to explain. And you do have certain reports which talk about what skills are very hot in the market. Again, this keeps changing with the times, right? So for now, the AppSec is a very hotshot domain. It doesn't mean somebody wanting to get in specialize into healthcare is not required. Only thing, the demand is a little less, right? Otherwise, there is always demand. Okay. So the best investment you can make is on yourself. Okay, don't forget this quote. And you are taking the right decision. But this motivation, this enthusiasm, energy, and eagerness should continue for the next 2 years. Not after 2 months, the going gets tough. Do not slacken, do not drop out. Okay, that's blasphemy. So if you are tired, or you are overwhelmed, just take a slow down, but do not stop. Okay, and a lot of certifications are there. In your course itself, around 5 or 6 certs are there. Please focus on them as well, because it's very important to stand out in the crowded market, right? So in the COVID times, we had applied, we had posted a job description. We are looking for a GRC analyst. And believe it or not, we got within the first 4 hours some 600 applications. Okay, this was told to me by my HR. Then after a week, it was 7,000 applications. Okay, so tell me how humanly can we look at all the applications? Is it possible? Yes, no, yeah. So what do we do? What did we do? Yeah, we put some keywords, and the keywords are related to certifications. Because with the hope and belief, somebody who's certified will have the necessary skills and abilities. Okay. Again, there's a different story. People claim that they have done certifications, but you ask a little bit too deep questions, they're not able to answer. Okay. Certs are one part. The other part is having the necessary skills, right? Both have to go hand in hand. Certification is okay. Put it in a crude way. You need a lot of style in your CV, credential building. So you need all the certs to make you look very attractive in the job market. But you need to back it up with the necessary skills. A lot of people go for certifications, no substance. The other way around, a lot of substance, no style, right? So you need to have both. You need to balance. Especially when you're trying to break into this domain, you need all of this. Okay. Beyond the point, you don't need. Okay. I'm not boasting myself, but don't get me wrong. When I say I always wanted to do CISSP, but every time I got trained. Went to a training, online training, I did all of it. Every time I wanted to do CISSP, I could never get the focus, something going on, some firefighting at office, some firefighting at home, right? It was never conducive. So beyond the point, I gave it up, right? So only when companies which are specifically insisting you should have a CISSP, then I would be in trouble. All my companies never ask, because I never worked for a service company. Service companies ask for it, be it Infinity Pro, Tech Mahindra, Accenture, or Capgemini. They'll all ask because they want to make you look good in front of the clients, make themselves look good in front of clients. They're stating our entire team is certified professionals. They all have CISSP, CISM, CCSP, all that they would say. So my thing is, okay, just because I spend that $924 and get a CISSP doesn't mean my boss will give me wrong. You got CISSP certified, I'll give you 5 lakh hike. Nobody gives that, right? Or need a promotion. So beyond a point, it didn't make sense. So that is only beyond a point. So now we are in the starting point. So in the starting point, you need to focus on both skills and skill building and certifications. Yeah. So certifications will make you very attractive. You quickly learn a different domain and validate with a exam. Then you command better salaries, and it will make you operate at a different level. Even in interviews, they don't ask you basic questions, define this, define that, because the level they only ask you situational questions, right? They'll ask you how did you manage this project, what were the challenges, how did you go about, rather than asking the theoretical stuff, right? Your level of conversation when you are certified will be different. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yep. And it's again a nice stats from this company, which they did a survey. They said companies also look for certified candidates. Yeah. So with certification, there's a nice link from this site. You can go and play around. It gives you the career paths. Now you do your own SWOT analysis. What is SWOT? Yeah. Strength, weakness. Okay, that's pretty clear. So please do it. Whether you want to do it in the which area, technical area or in the governance area, right? So these are the areas. Start with the technical domain. At least be familiar, gain some mastery in a couple of technical domains before you switch over to the strategic leadership management. Okay. Otherwise, a lot of people find it very convenient to get on to to the management domain without a base for on technology. It's going to be trouble, right? So now first you need to understand the technology aspects. Whatever technology you want, cloud, you want SOC, or you want to specialize in application security, right? Or IoT, whatever it is, please specialize before you get on to managerial related stuff. Yep. So there are vendor neutral and vendor specific certification. Vendor neutral is ideal, but if your employer is insisting you need to get trained in a Cisco or a Palo Alto certification, please do it by all means, because that's not your bread and butter. You cannot say, my goal is to do only vendor neutral, because they are paying you, you have to do it. Okay, so don't have such biases. If your employer is asking you, please get yourself certified in Citrix, please do it. But ideally, the top ones are more valuable in the sense they are more vendor neutral. Clear? So I'm skipping this. Again, point is don't become a certification junkie just because it gives you the kick and you feel good that every certification you pass, it makes you feel good. Very carefully plan your certification journey. My humble advice is do 2 certifications per year minimum. Okay, one tough, one easy. Tough is something like your CIS and CCSP, right? Easy is something, or relatively easy is something like your ISO lead auditor, right? ISO lead auditor, you just need to sit 5 days in a 5-star hotel. They teach you. End of the 5th day, you have to write an open book exam. An open book exam is not easy. You can just copy paste. Okay, you can just copy and write. You have to think through. In fact, one of the universities I went, they made open book exam for the students, and students were happy. The only condition is you cannot open your textbook or go to Google to write the exam. You have to make notes in your class. You have to make notes in the class, listening to the lecture. Whatever notes you have written on that basis, you can, that is open. So that means they are inculcating people to focus and take your own notes, right? So that way it's what it is, right? So cloud also has a own care path, right? Learning path. You do have a bunch of certs. You can be agnostic as well, vendor agnostic, or you can go with AWS or Azure or Google cloud platform, whichever is catches your fancy and whichever has demand in the market, we can go for. Yeah. So I'm skipping a bunch of them. You don't have time. Point here is your security career has longevity, right? Beyond a point, everyone has a career block, right, in their career. There is security, you can go up to CISO level, right? So that way you have a longer career. And this slide, again, the highlighted ones are related to security. They are all top paying. Of course, the numbers are in dollars, because this is from an American site. Okay. And okay, so your career is like T-shape. As you start, you will have mildly expertise, technology expertise, and inch-wide exposure. But as you grow, it will become opposite. Okay, it will become opposite. So plan it very well. So have technology base before you become a managerial professional, right? So instead of 6 months, I will say 2 years of hard work will put you at least 7-8 years ahead in your career. Okay. Yeah, I've given you example of my colleague, my mentee, who became my colleague, who referred me. I'm very proud of him. He's doing extremely well. I wish all of you do well in your careers post your MS. It's a very good step that you have taken, but you should have that killing spirit to focus for the next 2 years, okay, and not get diverted. This is again my favorite quote. Some people make things happen. Some people wish things happen, and some others wonder what has happened. So at least be in the first category, right? You want to make things happen and be an achiever, right? A lot of opportunities are there. You don't have to take me for granted. In fact, in one of the slides, I also tell you what keywords you use, right, to search. And you can search for yourself in the job sites and see what opportunities are available. So a lot of jobs are available in all these areas, IT sector, non-IT. You can be your own freelancer, you can have your own startup if you have some entrepreneurial bone in you. And also in the non-IT sector also you do have a lot of opportunities. Yeah, this is a slide I was talking about. Go to any of the job sites, use these keywords, and you will get a hang of how many opportunities are available, right? You can see for yourself. This is a product landscape, security landscape of all product and service companies in cybersecurity space, right? A lot of multinationals dominate here. And this is the new age security technologies. Okay, maybe 15 years back, this wasn't this much mature. So this also gives you a hand, get an idea what kind of new technologies, what kind of players, right? And this one you will not see any of them very familiar, the logos, because all of them are Indian companies. They are all doing extremely good, and they got PE funds or VC funds, and they are doing research and serving the the global market with their products and services. Yeah. So that's the range and breadth of the industry. And you do have unconventional careers, right? So once you qualify, you don't have to necessarily work in corporate. For those of you who are not that keen, you can get into academia, can take up teaching positions or research positions. Those of you who are good at selling stuff, you saw all these companies, they need marketing and sales folks. So sales folks bring in revenue. So they are the blue-eyed boys and girls of the CEO, right? Agreed? So who's got selling? Bone in your. Anyone is good at sales who fancies themselves as a marketeer? You should always, pursue. If you have strong technology background, understand the product and service, understand the industry landscape and your competitors, you can really do well in that career. Yeah. So talent comes from predominantly the infra side, then came the pure play infosec guys, right? Like you guys who qualified, then the appsec guys came, application guys. Then the chartered accountants and financial professionals came because they said we are good at auditing, financial audits, we can do security audit. So they also came now. Now who are waiting in the wings are the lawyers. Why? Because of the privacy domain. So they are the best people to interpret law. If I say law, data privacy law to my management, they'll not listen to me because I'm not a lawyer. Okay, it's better to get it from the horse mouth. So like that, you have others as well. So this is how the domain is getting crowded. Okay, so what's important is learning, and you have to build your expertise, have a leg in the industry. So please attend events, conferences. But for the next 2 years, Saturdays are going to be budded here. Okay, you have to be here. Don't go here and there. Of course, you can go to your academic conference if you want to, publish papers or you want to present papers, but after getting approvals. Okay. Saturdays, please focus here. Don't, because in this 2 years only, you're dedicating your life, right, for 2 years in upskilling. So do not lose focus. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's very easy to get distracted, but your goal is to get out with that MS. Okay. And create an identity for yourself as you grow, and leverage your expertise by sharing knowledge, right? So this is a very favorite quote of mine from Tom Friedman. He says, in a hyper-connected world where the average is over, there is one thing we know absolutely for sure: every good job will require more education, right? If you are taking up a role in a non-tech domain, you may not have to upskill so much, but in a domain like cybersecurity, you need to learn all the time, right? So people in AI and analytics and cybersecurity, it's a very hotshot domains, right? In fact, if you look at all the technologies, there are 4,000 different technologies. That's what I heard. One of the industry speaker who was giving a talk in cybersecurity, and this is the only domain that has so much of 3-letter, 4-letter technologies. You'll not become a master in everything, but it's a very happening domain, right? So there are some security experts you can follow in LinkedIn or Twitter. Okay, that's for the situational awareness. Subscribe to good blogs, right? So that you will be on the top of news. And some advice for you before I conclude: it's a marathon, not a sprint. This particular domain, so it's a lifelong. Even now, I consider myself as a students, and I don't have any hesitation to learn if something catches my fancy, and be willing to learn and relearn, because the domain is very dynamic. And don't try to do everything at once. You need to do one thing at a time, step by step. Your education is very important, but what's more important is your real world experience. Okay, your MS degree gives you a very strong base, whatever domain you choose. On this, you need to build, right? Nobody can mess with you later. You got a master's degree in AI, you got a master's in cybersecurity or analytics, right? Nobody can play with you. And specialization is good for a start. But as you grow higher and higher, you need to become a generalist.
Then only you can reach the leadership roles, right? Because leadership roles need a broad set of skills backed by technology. Beyond the point, however smart you are in technical area, management would not love to keep you there because you're getting expensive, right? So this is again a very favorite quote of mine. Illiterate of 21st century is not the one who cannot read and write, but those who cannot, learn, unlearn, and relearn. So keep this as your mantra and keep learning. And 30 years from now, what will make sense is not the way your hair looked or the jeans you wore or the gadgets you had, the iPhone you have, but what matters is what you learned and how you used it. If 30 years is too far, think of the next 5 years, right? So whatever you consume makes you, right? So you keep your circle positive, the accounts you follow, the food you eat, the news you feed yourself, right? A lot of negativity, right? So keep your circle positive. You stay with 5 cricketers, you become the sixth. You stay with 5 millionaires, you could become the sixth millionaire. You stay with 5 achievers, you could become the sixth achiever. Whatever domain you are, right? Keep your circle positive and some links. So towards the end, I want to close this session with this quote. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. That's more important. Too much of negativity, too much of violence. Social media it's very, very negative place at times. You get trolled as well. Zeros become heroes and heroes become zeros in no time. So please make the world as much more livable and kind and more eco-sensitive, eco-conscious with your expertise and your chosen profession. With that, I end. Any questions? I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
He cleared everything, including what I want to talk, he cleared that.
No questions?
ICC square, ISC square, with the basic certification start.
CC.
CC.
CC is great. You can just do it as a time pass. You have to go beyond. Good to get yourself familiar. But CC is a very basic, sir. Do it. No harm. Nobody is saying not to. You get anyone. And I'm not telling it's only for cybersecurity professionals. Even if you are from analytics, if you are from AI, you can get a hang of security by doing CC certification. It's free. Certification is free.
We can just go and register.
You can register, you can get free training, and you can also get yourself certified. It will give you a boost, right? But beyond that, it is only a basic level. You cannot flaunt it as a key certification in your profile. It's good to have.
So I have a question. What would be a good certification for a developer? Like I have more than 18 years into various programming languages and first 5 years into cybersecurity, but not certified in cybersecurity. So I'm trying to
Yeah, you can aim for CISSP, but you need solid experience.
Right.
I think Shiva as a CISSP, he'll be more qualified to answer. You do have, a certification from IS Square, which is into secure software lifecycle, profession. CCSLP something. You just Google for it. If you are interested to leverage your experience as application developer and you want to become an application security professional, AppSec, in industry they call it as product security. Every development team will have a product security specialist or
I am that, but
Yeah.
right now that is only part of my job.
yeah. You can specialize and beyond the point you don't have to certify. I mean, at a very senior level, have some 2 or 3. Don't go all over the place. All over the place, you need when you are young and starting, you need to look good with all the jewelry, right? Beyond the point, it doesn't matter. You should become like a Salman Khan. Whether Salman Khan wears a shirt or not doesn't matter. Reach that level, right?
Good analogy.
Any more questions?
So, sorry, 17, 18 years experience.
Yeah.
What may be that career path?
Your choice, sir. I showed you everything. Now, don't have too many things in your mind now. Just focus as you go along. your career path now, you are taking a very critical decision, right? This is like driving in a dark road in a rainy night. Only your headlight is showing you 10 feet of distance.
Yes.
Don't think beyond 10 feet, nothing. You drive slowly, carefully, do all the right things. As you go, your path will show. Then you go and reach your
One
destination.
more best.
Simple as that. Okay? So don't worry, it's a dark night, rainy night. I don't know what to do.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
sir, I have a, let's say, self-learning, is it considered an experience?
No. Self-learning is only for yourself. What do you learn?
Self-improvement. Self-learning is a self-improvement.
Improvement. Equipping yourself. You're supposed to.
So if I tell like, I do have like, let's say, I finished my BSc in 2022 and I started self-learning cybersecurity for like 5 years. Right now I'm in Crack Academy, means it's like almost like 7,000 rank on.
That's what gives you that confidence. You cannot confidence that I'm hard do it, but it will not be taken very seriously.
You can also,
But I'll tell you something. In the intro, they were telling I wrote a book called Cybercrime that is almost 20 years now. That was before the era of social media, before the era of Facebook. How many of you know Orkut? I'm from that era. I feel good. I feel good. Because 2K kids don't know what is Orkut.
We were active that time.
Active. So from Orkut, we all moved to Facebook. So my sister, who's 5 years younger to me, she said something Facebook has come that is not for old people like you. So I want to be there and I know. Point is that book when I wrote, I went for an interview with Deloitte. Okay, Deloitte, and it was a very unusual interview. Initially, they were asking me to come down to the Hyderabad office, and later they said, "No, our deputy managing director is coming to Bangalore for a business visit. Can you go and meet him in the Le Meridian Hotel?" That hotel is very lucky charm for me. Every time I go there, something nice happens to me. Only thing I don't get a chance as much as I know.
Recent visit.
Okay, 20 years ago. Okay, it was 2007. Okay, I was very young and I went there. Okay, and the interview happened in the lobby of the hotel. The lobby, there were not many people. We just sat, and then he asked only a couple of questions. Even before he asked the questions, I was trying to impress him. Sir, I have done my MCA, I've done my CCNA, I've done my ISO. Okay, he saw my resume, the laptop, and he was asking, okay. Then I said, I have written a book, and I show you. I was trying to take out, he said, keep it. You're not supposed to have at your level. So that was the range he was. That is the thinking. That was, I felt like, man, I'm so proud. I was just hardly 26, 27, and I was trying to impress him, see how much I'm so different from the crowd. And the guy is saying, very senior person. He's settled now in the US. He's still track him, follow him in LinkedIn. Point is that try hack me and all. You are supposed to have all of that, but you can't make a big deal out of the I'm in this and that track. Right? It's like telling people when they start their career in freshers, they'll say in my college, I'm the group leader, I'm this, that. 5 years down the line, it looks very silly, right? So those things are important as you make your career, your personality, and as a professional, you need to have all of that. But do something tangible which will sell well in the market. That's what the certification journey all about. Okay, thank you.